morning. Maybe. Good morning. All right, now we're good. Good morning. Hey there, it's Sadie at All Natural Me. Now I'm ready. Welcome to day 33. 33 of the 64 Days of Peace and Nonviolence. This is a program from agnt.org. The thought for today is acknowledgement. So if I acknowledge you, I'm not going to hurt you, right? If I acknowledge you and appreciate you and acknowledge what you've done for me, I'm probably not going to hurt you. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Day 33, acknowledgement. Acknowledgement helps us to see the oneness of all life, that we are part of a greater purpose. And by doing so, elevate our awareness of nonviolence. So the thought for today is acknowledgement. Yeah, it's day 33 on March 3rd, and you're turning 33. So 3 is a great number. So when I acknowledge someone, how could I possibly do harm toward them? You can't. So when I tell someone what a difference he or she has made in my life, when I tell them, thank you for making a difference, I acknowledge you. I really just want to tell you how much I appreciate you being here. I am affirming our connectedness. When I acknowledge you, I am affirming our connectedness. So the American Heritage Dictionary defines acknowledge. It's a 4-part definition. 1A is of acknowledge is to admit the existence, reality, and truth of. 1B, to recognize as being valid or having force or power. I like that definition of acknowledge. 2A, to express recognition of, example, acknowledge a friend's smile. Thank you. Thank you for being so wonderful. Thank you for making me happy. Thank you, Charles. Those are 2 great examples of acknowledging someone. Thank you. And the last definition of acknowledge is to express thanks or gratitude for. So the practice today, in each of the 4 meanings quoted above, and you can go to allnaturalme.com if you need to reread them, I will take time to acknowledge each person I meet or see today, maybe out loud, maybe just in my head. And I will also acknowledge myself. I will include myself in today's practice of acknowledgement. So in the spirit of ahimsa and forgiveness, okay, in the spirit of nonviolence, I will acknowledge all people. I will take time today to acknowledge the realm of nature. I will take time to acknowledge the realm of nature, the community of life on earth, and the earth herself. So good morning. Today I am happy to acknowledge the earth and the community of life on it and the realm of nature. We're on day 33, acknowledgement. So Scout Cloud Lee said, when we acknowledge that all life is sacred and that each act is an act of choice and therefore sacred, then life is a sacred dance. There, that's for you, Angela. Life is a sacred dance, lived consciously each moment. When we live at this level, we participate in the creation of a better world. So each moment is a choice. Each moment is a sacred moment that you get to dance with creation, right? So when I acknowledge someone, how could I possibly do harm to them, right? I'm not going to hurt you after I just showed you gratitude. It's very unlikely. Even on my worst days, it's very unlikely. When I tell someone what a difference he or she has made in my life, and I acknowledge that person for being there for me. I am affirming our connectedness. So thank you. I acknowledge you. So can you do that today? Take time to acknowledge each person you meet or see today. Okay? It doesn't have to be like a verbal thing. This can be an inside appreciation, an inside acknowledgement. But truly, the magic happens when you share your acknowledgement with that person. But do it however you want and include yourself too. Acknowledge how you have been there for yourself and what you are grateful for about you. Okay, so take time to also acknowledge the realm of nature, the community of life on earth, and the earth herself. Okay, so I love day 33, acknowledgement. Okay, you guys ready to go deeper with Gandhi? I almost am. And then I'm going to fly out the door like I do on Saturdays. Okay, here we go on day 33. Now, when I first read the Gandhi quote, I was like, did he say this during one of his fasting things? Like, what? What are you talking about? But then it really will make sense at the end. So, M.K. Gandhi said, they say means are after all means. And like he means like the means of doing something. Means are after all means. I would say means are after all everything. As the means, so the end. There is no wall of separation between means and end. So I was, of course, this morning like, Gandhi, what do you mean? But let's just forget what he said for a minute, and by the end of it, it'll make sense. So people in their zealous, it's a big word, people in their zealous, people in their zealous, that's not how I would say it, zealous desire to achieve a right end, become willing to use means that are contrary to the end itself. Thank you, Angela. So you see what we're going? Like if I want something, well, I don't want to use myself as an example, but if somebody wants something, it's like they get so focused on the end, they'll use any means to get what they want. Okay, that's what we're talking about. Okay, so during the protest movements of the 20th century, and we might still be witnessing this today, we saw the civil rights movement triumph legally while it adhered to the principles of the nonviolence that Dr. King taught. But after his assassination, the rage of the young African Americans, whether it felt justifiable or not, took the movement in a more violent direction. And then all progress toward further social and moral integration slowed. It slowed down. The same was seen in the anti-war movement of the 1960s. While the movement remained nonviolent, progress was being made in the popular consciousness of the American people. After the upheaval of the 1968 Democratic Convention, and then the movement moved towards violence, moved toward more violent means, the means being used completely invalidated the processed end. Okay, so they said they wanted nonviolence, but they started using violence. So it just completely invalidated the whole thing. I'm not really, let's see here. We have seen this most recently in the Occupy movement, which I'm not even sure, is that still going on? The Occupy movement, by and large, followed the principles of nonviolence in their work. A small minority of its members, however, resorted to force and violence in seeking its goals. So you see what we're talking about now? Regardless of the actions by authorities that prompted it, these Occupy members not only lost any moral authority in this struggle, they actually set the movement back, as all were tainted by their actions. So bottom line, you cannot profess to believe in love and use force to implement it. You cannot use violence to enforce nonviolence. Do you guys ever witness this? People screaming violently that they want a better world. Maybe start with yourself. Like, you can't use violence to anchor in nonviolence. It doesn't work like that. I can't beat you into love. It doesn't work like that. So when you attempt to do so, any moral authority your intention and goal may have had is lost. It's lost. Progress, lost. Validation, people will not take you seriously now. So once that happens in a nonviolent struggle, all hopes of success is gone, and the violent means inevitably becomes the only end remaining, right? Because the laws of cause and effect always apply, whatever we claim our motive to be. So now we get what Gandhi was talking about. The ends can never justify the means we use. Rather, the opposite is true. The means we use either justify the ends we seek or they completely invalidate them. So in the words of an ancient proverb, you cannot pick one end of a stick without picking up the other. You cannot pick up one end of the stick without picking up the other. You're going to pick up the whole stick. In the end, the one that is the least violent is not the same as being non-violent. Okay? So even a little bit of violence is still violence. Non-violence and non-violence alone must both be the means and the end. It needs to be both ends of the stick. We cannot justify violence in the name of nonviolence. So all the protesters out there, all the people pushing for a better world, for reform, you cannot use violence in the name of nonviolence. So the affirmative practice today. Whew, okay, Gandhi, we hear you. We hear you, right? So I will meditate on what it means to be truly nonviolent. Today, I will ask myself, how am I being nonviolent in the pursuit of what I believe? And how am I being nonviolent in my life? Like, what does it mean to be truly, truly nonviolent? Do my means truly match my ends? Do both ends of my stick match? They don't. Everyone around me saying they don't. So I still got some work to do. Yeah, so interesting what it might bring up for you today. It's be reflective. Think about what nonviolence really means to you. Do both ends of your stick match up? Are you saying one thing and doesn't match up with what you're actually doing? What does it truly mean to you? This is the path to nonviolence, okay? It starts with you. It starts one day at a time, one choice at a time, one episode at a time. So I've gotten through this episode pretty non-violently. Let's keep it going. So one more affirmation to end the broadcast today, and I do love this. Today, I will identify something special in everyone I meet. So this kind of takes us back to the beginning of acknowledging people. And today I will identify something special in everyone I meet. So thank you very, very much for joining me on day 33 of the 64 Days of Peace and Nonviolence. This is a program from agnt.org. Thank you, Angela. agnt.org. I'm Sadie from All Natural Me. I'm just promoting it, but I think it was great. And I do like where Gandhi took us today. I wasn't quite sure at first, but I do. I liked it. So yeah, thank you for being here, everyone. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you again soon. So much love. See you guys. Thank you so much for getting up early with me. I love you. Peace out.